Alright, so we're here in Aurora, Colorado tonight outside the Panera Bread, but way back in the early 90s, this was the site of Chuck E. Cheese, or for those of you that were here even before that, Showbiz Pizza. But we're going to talk a little bit more into detail of the tragic events of that night. December 14th, 1993. Location, Chuck E. Cheese at the time. We're sitting in it was probably the manager's office area, but the part we're sitting in, maybe 2 feet removed, is a newer part that I believe they added on when they reconverted the building. This used to be, before it was Panera Sweet Tomato as well. But yeah, we're kind of in the area where one of the victims was shot, or multiple victims. The whole Panera is sitting on sacred ground. This is the area where Nathan Dunlap came in that night. Shot and killed tragically 4 people, and shot a 5th person that did survive. But once he knew he was in the clear, that it sounded like the shooter had left the building, he proceeded out the doors and went to the apartments that are literally right behind the building and started banging on the doors until he got somebody to open up and then explain the shooting. And then there was a mass police presence and everything pretty quickly to the area. And in fact, the news had reported on it really fast as well. And I only know that because as a child growing up, our house was featured on Channel 7 that night as being one of the houses that you have to stop and see in Aurora. And as soon as they came back from commercial right after doing our story, it was breaking news that there was a shooting at a Chuck E. Cheese in Aurora, and it was pretty crazy. I think the shooting, they said, happened a little bit after 10 o'clock at night, and this was the 10 o'clock news. So I'm going to try to find the video. We did have it archived somewhere in the house, but that way I can get a better idea of time frame wise how fast it got reported. But I know it all happened within just a matter of minutes. As previously discussed, unfortunately 4 people met their demise on December 14th of 1993. Sylvia Crowell was only 19. She was cleaning the salad bar area at the time of her injuries. Ben Grant was only 17. He was vacuuming the floors, getting the place tidied up, cleaned. Colleen O'Connor, she was 17 as well. She was found, they believe, in a kneeling position, so she was praying for him not to take her life, but he still shot her. And then the manager, Marge Kohlberg, 50 years old, was taken to the manager's office, forced to open the safe, where she was then shot after opening the safe. There was a 5th person shot. He did survive. Again, this was the cook of the night. Bobby Stevens was 20 years old, was outside on a smoke break at the time, came into the popping sounds, which he at that time believed were maybe kids just popping balloons or something like that. He was shot in the jaw area and then played limp to kind of make the illusion that he was fatally shot as well. Once he got the sense that the shooter had left the building, he proceeded to go to the apartments right behind Chuck E. Cheese to alert people what had happened. He banged on a few doors, from what I remember, before he found somebody that answered the door. It hits home in the sense that throughout my childhood, I came here as a kid, but more so the memories of it being a Showbiz Pizza prior to Chuck E. Cheese taking over. I think it was like in 91 or 92 when Chuck E. Cheese took over for Showbiz. There would be many Friday nights, Saturdays, birthday parties at this location, so it hit home. There's always been a special place in my heart for this location. Like it's etched in your head. It was like your childhood location. You knew where you were. You knew where you were going to go for a birthday party. Like, I'm going to Showbiz Pizza, yeah. or whatever, and it was so much fun. So it hurt when you heard what happened here, and then it never reopened. So you hear a lot of the tragedies and stuff not being shut off. It was said that during the investigation, while they had forensic here and just everyone trying to clean up the scene, make sense of the scene, that the animatronics were still going off. They were singing their songs, doing their thing, as the closing crew never got a chance to shut it off, and no one else did. So not out of respect of anything, they let it go because it was hard to get it shut off. There was more important stuff going on, figuring out why this happened, and just making sense of the crime scene like any forensic would. But yeah, I don't know at what point they shut them off, but that would be kind of an eerie thing to be here as an investigator doing your job, and then to have the hippity jolly music of the animatronics singing and dancing and the light shows going off would be a huge distraction. So we're outside what would have been the entrance back in the day of Chuck E. Cheese. Since the shootings, in April 20th, 1994, which, yes, that date should strike a nerve for us here in Colorado. As we all know, on April 20th, 1999, the unfortunate incident at Columbine High School happened. But on April 20th, 1994, the city and Chuck E. Cheese had decided not to reopen the location. The building was not ever demolished, but it was completely repurposed, where it was divided into multiple storefronts, one of them being a food place. I do remember a kite store being here at one point, and right now there is a denture and implant center on the far south corner of the building. But the sad thing is, despite this being the site of a massacre, Aurora has still not done anything to put in memory of the victims. There's no plaques, there's no just something to honor the people who lost their lives on December 14th, 1993. So come on, Aurora, we got to do something. All right, so behind me is the apartment complex where the only surviving victim, Bobby Stevens, fled to. Knocked on, again, quite a few doors, did find somebody to open, and let him in, and were able to get 911 dispatched to have officers and medics show up on scene. All right, so again, we do these videos to help bring the honor to the victims that lost their lives, not to idolize the piece of crap that did this. May he rot in hell. Unfortunately, the governor of Colorado gave him an exoneration. But again, we do this to honor the lives lost and tell the story of what happened and how unfortunate life is sometimes. If you grew up here in Aurora, have been here when it was Chuck E. Cheese, or like me when it was Showbiz Pizza, just drop us a line in the comments. Let us know what you remember from your childhood coming here. And if you want to learn more about our In Memoriam videos, click the link right here. If you'd like to find out more about us here at Cole's Paranormal, click the link over here. And as always, give us a like and subscribe. Notification bell from Personalized to All to get us updates on any of our upcoming videos once they're released. And you know what, Aurora? It's time to do something. Let's get a memorial put out here. Help us here at Cole's Paranormal. Help the victims' families. Let's get something done right, and something here to honor the lives that were lost that day.